Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Blackberry. So evidently, this is pretty good. It's about the rise and fall of the first ever smartphone, Blackberry, right? So it's 7.6 on IMDb, 5,165 people rated so far. I mean, Baruchel is in it, Glenn Howerton. I mean, nothing, nobody major. No offense to those I just mentioned, but I mean, like, I don't know. It's got to be pretty good. I've been hearing a lot about it, so I'm excited to see. So I'll get into it. Hour and 59 minutes long. So I'll see what it's about. Give you a better idea. Let you know if it's worth watching. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Blackberry, and I have to say, it was enlightening, interesting, if you will. I want to just try and say his name again. James Baruchel. I know, but he was pretty good. I've seen him in a lot of different things, and you can see the old Jim in there, and all the other like teenage comedies he's been in. But he plays an older gentleman in this. But I thought he does a really great job with the role. Even though those of us have seen him in other things, you can see that. And then the other guy who played, hold on real quick, I should have looked this up. Yeah, Jim. Glenn Howerton. He was phenomenal. And then Matt Johnson played Doug. But the two of them were really good in their role. Jim, the character Jim, I thought the actor did a great job of representing everything that guy was about. No check-ins tonight. It's not needed. It's the rise and fall of Blackberry. Stuff I had no idea about, and it's just interesting to watch it completely unfold in front of you, literally too. And how they came to be. How Jim and Mike, right? Is that his name? Boy, I have to keep looking. I'm sorry. Jim and Mike came to be co-CEOs of RIM, Research in Motion. I thought that whole tale was very interesting, and then to see how they, everything that they do, the great mind that both of them had, but completely different. They needed each other, right? Mike was the tech genius without the aggressiveness that you need to be a CEO, whereas Jim had all that aggressiveness and risk-taking and authoritarian type attitude that Mike didn't have, but he didn't have the technical knowledge. So it was like, worked perfectly. And I found it interesting that, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but you would think that they would come to a head a little bit more. But there wasn't. I would think it would be all about co-CEOs not being able to get along. But it's not like they were best friends or anything like that, don't get me wrong, but you never see that side of it. You just see them doing different things that, one, helps them rise, and then two, kind of helps them fall. Really, in the same regard. Both of them helped them go up, both of them helped it come down. Really interesting from a story perspective. If you know about the Blackberry and how it was the biggest smartphone before the iPhone, right? Interesting to see what happens to all of that. And it made me think too, and like you see all this going on and everything that they did, like the behind the scenes, not of the movie, but of the business world, corporate America, and the pirates of corporate America. And you'll know what I mean when you watch this. It's like, man, you think, all of this kind of stuff, and no, it's dog eat dog world, if you will. And that comes, through this entire film, seeing how that all happened. And, in the 90s, it starts in 1996, takes it up to 2007. And their fall takes less than a year. Like what had taken, 11 years to get to where they were, or, to see that rise and then to fall in a year. It's like, wow. And it makes you think, like, okay, not that I'm ever going to build a Blackberry company, but if I did, like, and you see these people who, and you read this all the time, people are, I was going to sell my company, but I knew I'd held out and it was going to be something great. And it does. But you know, in the times it's like, okay, no, I think I'll just sell it and take the money and run. Like that is an opportunity. But that's a story all on its own. Really, the acting between those two, I like the acting in Doug, although he seems a little quirky to me, but I think that was more the true character. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But he and Jim had co-founded RIM. And him and Mike co-founded RIM, and Jim came in a little bit thereafter. One other thing, and I know this isn't really, well, it's about the movie itself. It's more about some of the things they gave us, and you see the change. I mentioned corporate America. You know, it starts as a tech company in the 90s, which was like the tech boom, the internet boom, the .com bubble, right? And the way that you know, everybody ran their business, the employee-friendly environment, the video games, the movie nights, you know, all that fun stuff going on, which keeps everybody motivated and willing to work longer hours and really buy into the company. You see that change happen in this movie, and ultimately what it happens to everybody. So you know, that takeover kind of stuff. So very, very interesting when you look back at it today, because I happened to work in companies like that previously, where it was, hey man, work, be committed, have fun, and that only went so long, and now it's back to, that's enough of that, let's get back to work. So pretty interesting movie in its own right, I think, just from the story it told, but the acting in it is pretty good from all three of them, I'll say. Definitely worth a watch if you know what Blackberry was, you lived the times or anything like that. But it's also good to watch just to see some of the acting that's involved. All right, that's it. Trying to be more concise. I think I covered everything. Hopefully I was helpful. Check it out, and let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.